deal breakers. Her deal breakers were more about the man's character, which tells me that that might have been an issue in the first marriage. But you know, so again, if you're looking for a woman who is in shape, feminine, and cooperative, I think this woman is marriageable. But you have to be willing to deal with the fact that number one, she does have a child. Number two, I agree with you, Chris. She does eat out a lot. But again, that might necessarily be a bad thing because if she's not that great of a cook, okay, and she can afford to eat out, hey, y'all have at it. Again, she's looking for a man who can take care of himself. So the whole thing about combining incomes, she's probably open to that. But we're going to move on. Like the video, make sure you subscribe, and we're going to go ahead and get this thing started.
Oh, let's see who this is.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Kendra.
What's your name, baby?
My name is Sierra.
Sierra.
Yes.
Where you calling us from?
I am in Detroit.
Detroit. How old are you?
I'm 37.
37. What you do for a living?
I work in IT.
Works in IT.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any kids?
I have one son, and he's 6 years old.
One son. That's 6. Okay. Have you ever been married?
Yes, I was married. I'm divorced now.
When did you get divorced?
2019.
Okay. We nosy, but you don't
Wow.
gotta tell us. Why did you get divorced?
I think we were just highly incompatible. He was way older than I was, and it just didn't work out. So
Didn't work out. Okay.
Wait a minute. You married a man who you were highly incompatible with? That don't sound strange to anybody else. Like clearly, when you were dating the guy, you knew that y'all weren't compatible, but you still accepted the proposal and you still accepted the marriage. And then you had a kid by him. Shout out to my moderator, Chris, in the chat. What's going on, Chris? So right off the bat, this is something's going on here. We may or may not get to the bottom of it because Kendra immediately backed off, and you know it might not be worth going into just because she said she got divorced in 2019. I mean, presumably she has moved on since then. So I think we should do the same. Let's keep going.
Sierra, Detroit, 37. What's your zodiac sign?
Cancer.
How much older was he?
He was 20 years older than me.
Wow. Was he your child's father?
Yes.
So you're 37, he's 57?
Yes.
Okay. How old were you when you guys linked up?
What? Oh man. Well, you know what the next thing I'm gonna say is, okay, who vetted that guy for her? Like, where is the patriarch in her family that's letting her go off with a man and marry a man who's 20 years her senior? She's 37. So when did she meet this guy? Her son is 6. I mean, wow. Maybe she met him when she was 30. At least I hope so.
I was 24.
He was 44.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So Sierra, Detroit, 37. Cancer. Works in IT. One son, that's 6. What kind of man you looking for?
So I have a list.
We
Of
have
course
a
she
list.
does. Of course
Yes.
she does.
So I want someone who has good character, who's supportive, family oriented, and wants to get married.
Once you want to get married again?
Yes, I would love to.
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
Deal breakers would be somebody who's not flexible, judgmental, too many kids, and just lazy.
I'm just lazy. Okay.
Makes sense.
Does he have to look a certain way? I think you have everything written down.
Yes. Okay. So not really, but I am 6'2".
Wow.
So if
Okay.
he could be tall, that'd be great. At least 6 foot, somewhere around there would be great.
Was your ex-husband tall?
Actually, no, he was shorter than me.
Oh wow,
So,
okay.
yeah.
6'2".
If she's 6'2" and wants a man who's 6 feet tall, she's gonna have to. People 6 feet tall represent less than 20% of the population, so she's gonna have to give up a lot to meet a guy who's over 6 feet tall or 6 feet and up and wants to get married. She's gonna have to. There's gonna be some compromises there. I mean, if the good, well, let's find out about the income requirement first.
I feel for my tall ladies.
Yes, it's tough. It's tough.
Okay. All right, so tall if he can be. What about money?
I don't have any requirements as long as he takes care of himself and he has a stable job.
Okay. Let's
Yeah.
do the Kendra can.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I'm tall and slim. I do work out. So this is me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You look good. So Sierra, Detroit, 37. What is your age range now?
I would say about 35 to 47. 47?
35 to 47. Okay. Could the guy have kids?
Yes, I would say one or two, no more than that.
It's interesting how she reduced that age range by quite a bit. Could it be that her ex husband? I'm just throwing this out there because it's just a theory. It could be that she thought he was controlling. That's why she's going a little bit younger. But the interesting part is that usually when women in their early 20s date much older men and let alone get married to them, it's because those men tend to know what they want and they tend to go after it. And they're the women tend to value their experience and the fact that they don't include them as in the family's decision as much as someone who is younger. It's interesting to see that. Well, as we saw later in her life, it just didn't work out. Again, I could be wrong here. I could be way off base, but typically that's what happens. Chris says, I dated a woman who was 6'4", and I'm 6'4". It was awkward as hell. Now, that's interesting, Chris, because clearly Chris is a taller gentleman, right? We don't hear that often from guys who are that tall when they talk about dating taller women. But here's a gentleman who is 6'4", and he says he's dating a woman who's 6'4", and it was just awkward. That's interesting because, again, you don't hear that from the man's perspective. But, hey, we need to move forward. Let's keep going.
One or two. Do you want more children or are you done with that?
Yes, I would like to have one more kid.
Would you like to have one more kid?
At 37?
Okay. What was your last relationship?
My last serious relationship, honestly, was my ex-husband. I mean, I've been dating, but nothing serious since then.
Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm going to ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
I'm not going to answer that.
Okay.
Good,
Why do you
good
think
choice.
you're single?
Why do I think I'm single? Oh my gosh, that's a good question. I just find like a lot of guys that I've run into are not really serious about dating. The last guy I talked to, we talked on the phone forever. We never met, and I didn't like that. So I'm just really looking for someone who's serious, wants to be in a relationship. So
Okay.
yeah, I think
serious and wants to be in a relationship.
yeah, I've been single long enough and, coming from a divorce, I think I know now what it takes to be in a relationship and make a relationship work. So I'm definitely ready for that.
She's ready for it. Okay.
Yeah.
And what are 3 flaws you have to work on?
I would say be more approachable because some people say I look kind of mean sometimes. I guess working on my cooking skills. I'm not the best, but I do try and I like to cook. And then just, I'm a little bit of a procrastinator, so just try to have more will to get up and do things immediately instead of waiting.
Okay. And
Yeah.
why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
I would say he's lucky to be with me because I think I know what it takes to be in a relationship. I've been married before. I'm a happy person, optimistic, flexible. I'm very calm, ambitious as well. And yeah, that's it.
And yeah, that's it. Let's do it. Sierra, Detroit, 37, Cancer, works in IT, one son that's 6. You say you don't mind if the guy has kids, right?
Correct.
Okay. And 35 to 47. How could the guy reach out to you, boo?
So I put my Instagram name. It's Mama Cece Eats, MAMASISIEATS.
And there you have it.
Yes.
All right, baby girl, keep me posted how it goes, honey.
Okay, so let's go ahead and try and look up her Instagram. Let's see here, Sierra. Oh, yep, there it is. Okay, and okay, yep, here we go. Clearly, that's the kiddo. There she is. Okay. Um, Now this looks more like total misdemeanor says her IG consists of eating out at local restaurants and her son. Yeah, I mean, you know what? The big thing here is, are there any thirst traps? And I don't see any. Um, this looks like a professional photo, and it probably is. Yeah, it is. It looks nice though. Let's see. Yeah. Wow, she has pictures without her glasses on. She looks totally different. Okay, I don't have an issue with her Instagram. Like I said, there are no thirst traps on here. That's the biggest thing right there. And then it's interesting that okay, so we got to talk about the elephant in the room as far as her social media. She said that one of her flaws is she can't cook. She likes to, and then it's backed up by the fact that she eats out a lot. Yeah, so I don't see the real issue here. I think this is not the guys. If you out here looking, if you expected a woman to cook all the time, this not her. Okay, and she has labeled herself a food critic. Okay, but the eating out is not. I mean, no, cooking home cooked meals. That's not her thing. What is her thing is she does like to eat out. Okay, that's not a. She says she likes to cook, so it is something that she's working on. I could give her credit for that. Um, the real question, though, is she marriageable, right? Well, here's the thing. She's in shape. She says she works out. She came on here. She does look feminine. I mean, she didn't come up here with like thirst. She's dressed like a mom. She's dressed conservatively. And then in her Instagram, there are no thirst traps, right? So yeah, I would say she's feminine. Is she cooperative? Well, you know what? We need to come back to that. She does have a kid, and it's a 6-year-old. We saw that on the Instagram. Is she submissive? We don't know that. There were no questions. There were no questions to give us a here or no there on that. Is she friendly? No, she's not. In fact, that's one of the flaws that she said that people say about her. But I want to give a special shout out to her because she actually recognized the flaw that other people say. There are been a lot of women on this show and they don't do that. But no, she's not friendly. And is she cooperative? She mentioned several times about knowing what it takes to make a relationship work And one of the things is cooperation. And even though she said she was looking for a guy 6 feet tall who's family oriented, and the first thing she mentioned was character. Now she didn't give a direct answer on the income thing. However, I get the impression that the guy needs to be able to take care of himself. Now, she also mentioned, now Chris is saying that my only issue is eating out a lot is very expensive nowadays. Yeah, it is. But keep in mind also is that what does she do for a living? She works in IT. So she has an above average income. Now, you know what? We should look up the average income in Detroit because that's what she says where she lives at. Come for men in Detroit. Oh, okay, yeah. Average income in Detroit, 22, 20, yeah, 22,000. Whoo, that's scary. That is scary. I guarantee that an average for women is 19,000, almost 20,000. I guarantee she's not making that. She's making more than that. So, I mean, depending on yeah. See, this is where it gets. How much does the average person make in Detroit? Yeah, that's low. For somebody who works in IT, she's looking for somebody who probably makes around the national average. Probably about 40. Maybe it may be about 30 to 40, depending on because 22 is low. And I don't think Kendra asked her if the guy has to live in Detroit. Wow. Median household income. Take a look at this. Median household income is 34,000. Wow. Detroit. Shout out to you if you're in Detroit, man. Y'all making it work out there for real. So, but look, I still think that this woman is cooperative, just because she didn't necessarily have a lot of deal breakers. Her deal breakers were more about the man's character, which tells me that might have been an issue in the first marriage. But you know, so again, if you're looking for a woman who is in shape, feminine, and cooperative, I think this woman is marriageable. But you have to be willing to deal with the fact that number one, she does have a child. Number two, I agree with you, Chris. She does eat out a lot. But again, that might necessarily be a bad thing because if she's not that great of a cook, okay, and she can afford to eat out, hey, y'all have at it. Again, she's looking for a man who can take care of himself. So the whole thing about combining incomes, she's probably open to that. But we're going to move on because, again, I think she's marriageable. Let's keep going.
All right. Thank you.
Bye, sweetheart.
All right. Bye.
All right, let's keep going. This was